Welcome to Play in School TV, episode 44. I'm Rich Prado. In today's episode, we're going to talk about time management. Today's episode of Play in School TV was inspired by a tweet of some guys I know down in Florida. The gist of the tweet, and I'll post it up so you can see it, but basically they said, hey, if you're out drinking and doing drugs on the weekends, college baseball is not going to be for you. And I agree 100%. I cannot agree enough about that statement. But I was thinking about it and I said, I want to take this one step farther, because it's not just drinking or drugs that can make a player take their eye off the ball. It could be all kinds of things. When I thought about it, I thought it came down to time management. Where is your time being pulled, and how is that affecting what your priorities should be? I'm kind of a visual learner, so I thought, what better way to show a young player what time management looks like than to kind of put it down on paper. So some of the things that I thought would be priorities to a ball player, I've printed out on paper. So I'll show just a couple of them, and then we'll flip the camera around. And it's things like, hey, the baseball stuff. That's the on the field and off the field stuff. It's obviously the schoolwork. It's the sleep. You high school kids will realize how important that is when you get to college. It's the social aspect. We're going to talk about a few more than just those. But bear with me. And when we talk about the asset that you have, the asset is really your time/energy. You only have so much time and or energy to get through a day, okay? And so when you begin to spread your time and energy across a bunch of things that are not your priority, you'll begin to see how your time and energy is getting sucked away from what's important to be put into things that maybe are not that important. And so for our demonstration, this is going to represent your time or energy. All right, so bear with me. We'll flip the camera around and we're going to take a look at some examples of how your time or energy is going to get pulled in one direction or another. So what you see in the middle, these baseballs are going to represent your time or energy throughout the course of a day. And around it are some of the things that are going to take your time or energy throughout the course of the day. Notice I've left a blank here. Okay, that's the other category. That's the spot where things come up and you just don't know. Your time and energy gets pulled away from you. We just left that blank as other. So let's just play with this a little bit and see how a high school or college kid might end up splitting their time up a little bit. What you see here might be perceived as pretty ideal, okay? Ton of time with your family, a ton of time focused on schoolwork, a ton of time focused on baseball, a ton of time focused on sleep, and you're still getting some time for social activities, okay? Nobody thinks that you shouldn't go out and have a good time and spend time with friends, okay? So that's why I distinguish between partying and social. Okay. That relationship, that girlfriend, boyfriend, that person you've been seeing a little bit has gotten a lot more serious in this example. Notice that you still have the same amount of time or energy in a day, but the time you're giving that girlfriend or boyfriend has to come from somewhere. In this example, we've pulled a little bit of time and energy from the schoolwork, from the baseball, from the sleep. So remember, all those hours spent there they have to come from somewhere. All right, let's look at another example. This example, things are getting a lot more complicated. I want you to look at the family, I want you to look at the schoolwork, and I want to look at the baseball. The amount of time and energy spent there, as well as the sleep category up on top, has dramatically lowered because those friends you were hanging out with, they invited you to parties. That girlfriend you've been hanging out with also wants you to go to a party. So now all of a sudden, look at that top right hand corner, more time over there. And because life happens, our other category in the bottom right hand corner has suddenly filled up a little bit, which again, it's you only have so much energy and time in a day. So you got to figure out where to apply that time. Let's go a little more extreme here. All right, here's another example. Okay, so the good news is you're getting a little more sleep now. But the reason you might be getting a little more sleep is because of all our friends have invited us to that many more parties. Okay, so you can see the number of parties has gone up. We pulled from the social scene. However, you see life, the other category in the bottom right, has also increased, which has pulled from our family time even more. Now, if you're a ball player, if you're a high school or college ball player and you're looking to get to the next level, your two top priorities beyond your family, of course, are going to be your schoolwork and your baseball. In this particular example, because we've added sleep, we've added partying, we've added to the other, that means we had to pull from somewhere. Okay? And in this example, we've pulled from schoolwork and baseball. Okay? Look, guys, nobody's asking players to be robots. Nobody's asking them to be no fun. But what I use this visualization today for is to show you that if you're going to go and do some things that are outside of what your priorities are, just know that it's going to pull away from your priorities. Your wants and your needs and your goals are going to be affected, okay, either directly or indirectly. So hopefully by seeing it in this way, it's going to help somebody understand that maybe they need to address where they're spending their time and their energy. Guys, I hope you liked today's episode of Play in School TV. Make sure you follow me over at Play in School, and I'll see you at a field soon. Thanks.